Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Great to see all of you. I'm Rabbi Matt Berger, back from a week of vacation, visiting my wife Ida's family in lovely Cincinnati, Ohio, where I was able to see my rabbinic alma mater and go into the sanctuary. It was a lot of fun. Joined on the Bima, as always, with our cantorial soloist Allison Rosoff down on the keys, once again with a lovely hat. Our accompanist Joy Katzen-Guthrie. Like to thank Paula Rosoff for helping lead last week alongside Allison and Joy. Great to be back. Great to see each and every one of you. Special welcome to those watching the live stream from at home. We're going to begin in our prayer book with the psalmist. Psalm 97 is Or Zarua La Sadiq, like light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. Tzadikim Adonai, Adonai, Behodu Lezecher Kodsho, Lezecher Kodsho. Any ladies who'd like to join us on the Bima to help us light the Shabbat candles as we remember and observe the holy day of Shabbat, feel free to come forward. You'll find the blessing on page 2. As always, we'll sing Light These Lights.
Gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
lovely quartet, let's say Yasher Koach, which means great job. Thank you so much. Let's continue with a prayer for Israel, state, land, and people that you'll find on the screen. Avinu Shebashamayim, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, shield the state of Israel beneath the wings of your love. Shelter it with your canopy of peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Bless the soldiers of the Israeli Defense Forces and all who stand guard to protect our people. Keep them from all trouble and injury. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy to all who dwell there. Before we make our way to Shema and its blessings, we'll sing Shalom Aleichem, peace be to you, Malachim, messengers of the Most High. It's found on page 22. Join us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Archuni Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Chatzi or half Kaddish is on 26.
Yitkadash, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, B'yama divrach Yudhei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chayei de kol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, uvismad kariv, v'maru, amen. Yishmei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam olam me'amaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitroma, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitale, v'yitala, Shmei de Kudesha Brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Dushmechata v'nechemata, Damira be'ama, v'maru, amen.
Let's rise if we're able for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu on 28. 31, Ma'ariv Arvim, our prayer for creation. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam, great love, on 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, and the living language that gives its form? Baruch atah Adonai, Hev Amo Yisrael. Sing, open up our eyes.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivot Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Feel free to be seated. For a change, we'll sing an English version of the V'ahavta, Love Adonai our God. You'll find right on the screen. Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. For a with Passover right around the corner and the story of the Exodus from Egypt. On 39, feel free to join me. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we are taught. Forever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. There is a better place, a promised land. The winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. For Mi Chamocha this evening, we're going to bring in a newer arrangement that was written by Alana Arian. We're going to do kind of an introduction to it, then the chorus, and then the next time we'll add the second part of it as well.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehillah osei vele, nora tehillah osei vele. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael in every generation. Allison's going to lead us in our prayer for the Sukkah of Peace, Hashkivenu 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Nehamideh Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim Baruch atah Adonai Aborei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu v'yakomo Yisrael
Let's rise now for the tefillah, which begins on page 46. Just take note when we get to the Gevurot prayer of strength and life. This will be the last week. We'll be praying for the winter rains after the second day of Pesach. You switch over to the summer blessing for the prayer for dew.
Adonai sivatai tiftach ufi agir tilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ha'adora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'koneh HaKol L'zocher Chasdei Avot Va'imot U'mevir Ula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ava Melech Hozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Elam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav LaHoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechachel Chaim Chesed Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Ve'Rofech Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mechayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot U'Midom Elach Melech B'mit Mechayeh U'Matzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atah L'chachayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yahalu Chasela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh
Feel free to be seated. We're going to continue with a prayer for Shabbat. This Shabbat in particular is called the Big Shabbat, Shabbat Hagadol. There are a number of special Shabbatot leading up to Pesach, the festival of Passover. This was traditionally the time when whoever is leading the service, the rabbi, would give one of the biggest sermons of the year. The second big sermon of the year was in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. This is usually in synagogues that could only afford to bring in a rabbi every once in a while, or a special rabbi. The prayer for Shabbat is on 55. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Our prayer for Avodah. Baruch atah Adonai she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Prayer of the hearts. And our words of gratitude and thanks. Hoda'ah. Baruch atah Adonai Tov Shimcha U'ocha Na'eh Lechodot. And for peace, Shalom Rav on page 60, grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever. For you're the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael. Shalom. You'll find words to the next piece on 62.
Yield ratzon in refi, yield ratzon in refi, legion libi lefanecha. Adonai tzurei v'goli. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you, oh God, my rock and my redeemer. Oh, say shalom b'mromav, u'yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael v'yimiru, v'yimiru, amen.
Our prayer for healing, Misha Berach, is found on page 253. Think of those in Israel and the region recovering from injuries due to the ongoing war with Iran. To those names, we add the following individuals in our community: Daniel Alcorn, Joanne Beeman-Fiddleman, Hope Brown, Larry Kane, Tyler Chang, Heather Felser, Harry Fleisch, David Friedlander, Pam Granoff, Jim Howard, Kathy Howard, Brian Kagan, Phyllis King, Jerry Longerich, Fatmir Mahmutaj, Barbara Randall, Stephanie Ross, Jeff Stark, Marcia Swerdloff, Grace Tribbiano, Greg Tribbiano, and Edie Wirtz. If there are any other names to add, feel free.
My father, George Stark. Misheberach avotenu mikor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Against the vibrant smells of edibles, there was a running counterpoint of audibles, the voices of the people. So begins late humorist Sam Levinson's recollection of the kosher markets that he grew up in Brooklyn. Take, for instance, Mr. Mann's shop. It was a stronghold of democracy, an open forum where balabustas, that's the Yiddish term for master homemakers, and shop owners would engage in what today is called dialogue. Whereas back in the day, it more resembled a heated debate in which claims were refuted, allegations were hurled, and motives were called into question. I'll ask our tech team to share an old image of one such kosher market in the Lower East Side of New York. In the days leading up to Pesach, the story goes, one such balabusta walked up to the counter and said, "Sir, I don't like the looks of this codfish." The butcher, primed for such an exchange, replied, "Lady, for looks, you don't buy codfish. You buy goldfish." After looking at the poultry, she said, "Mister, this chicken has a broken leg." His reply, "Tell me, are you going to eat it or dance with it?" A moment later, she asked, "Yesterday you sold me a dozen eggs, but 2 of them were rotten. Shall I bring them back?" The butcher replied, "I think not. Your word is as good as the eggs." And without skipping a beat, she chimed in, "Listen, my friend, before you weigh the meat, take out the bones." His reply, "I buy with bones, you'll buy with bones." Looking right into his eyes, she said defiantly, "Well, I don't pay meat with bones." With a sigh, he backed down. "All right, no bones." Satisfied, the Balabusta said, "Thank you, you're a gentleman. Now put the bones in a separate bag for soup. And never mind the meat, I don't like it anyhow." For generations, the witty and acerbic banter of the Jewish housewife and her butcher were stock characters in countless Yiddish stories. In a word, they were worthy adversaries. Thankfully, my family's recent trip to Joel's Market in St. Pete went a lot more smoothly. Though I'll admit, as a vegetarian, we didn't go anywhere near the meat section. As ever, the purveyors of this venerable kosher market were helpful, knowledgeable, and kind. You could find anything in those 3 double aisles. I, for one, always look forward to our family's annual pilgrimage to stock up on Pesach matzah, egg kichel, one of my favorites, and dairy products. Just 5 days from now, we'll gather at the Seder table to celebrate Pesach, our festival of freedom. The place settings, the Kiddush cups, the Passover delicacies will all be laid out before us. Surrounded by family and friends, we'll open the Haggadah, the Seder booklet, which describes Abraham and Sarah's spiritual journey to God, their ascent into the land of Israel, Eretz Yisrael, and the descent of their great-grandchildren into slavery in Egypt. All the while, we'll call to mind the promise that the Holy One made to the Jewish people. In the Magid, or storytelling section, we read in Aramaic, "V'hi she'amda lavotenu v'lanu." This promise has stood for our ancestors and for us. For not just one enemy has stood against us, but in every generation there have been those who have stood against us. Yet the Holy One keeps saving us from their hands. This central passage, which a lot of times is sung, affirms that God's covenantal promise, or brit, the partnership, has protected us since the time of the Exodus. It highlights our resilience against adversity and promises us that despite any threats, the Jewish community will persevere. Of course, there are other interpretations of this promise. Some believe it's the enduring spiritual spark that's found within each of us that can never be destroyed, while others suggest that this promise refers to the actions that each of us take in every generation to uphold our faith. Regardless of the explanation, this is how Jews, how we turn a story of persecution into a song of hope. It's been said that the Hebrew word for this promise, which you'll see right on the screen, the first one reading right to left, is v'hi. That it itself is an allusion to the source of our endurance. Let's explore for a moment one of the great things about Jewish tradition and learning that I love, called gematria, or Jewish numerology. There are 4 letters in this first Hebrew word, and you'll see them on the right from top to bottom. The first letter, Vav, equals 6. If Aleph is 1 and Bet is 2, and so on and so forth. 6 is the exact number of sections in the Mishnah, one of the most important primary sources of oral law. It's also found alongside the Gemara, or discussion, which makes up the Talmud. The second letter, He, equals 5, which happens to represent the number of books in the written Torah, Genesis through Deuteronomy. The third letter, Yud, equals 10, which represents the 10 Commandments, which on the left side or panel of the stained glass, you'll see them. While the final letter, Aleph, is 1, reminding us that God is one. Now, I didn't come up with that. Abravanel came up with that, a wonderful rabbi in the 1700s. Rounding out this exercise in gematria or numerology, if you would add these 4 numbers up, trust me, it's 22. 22 happens to be the exact number of letters in the Hebrew alphabet. No coincidence there. Meaning that from A to Z, or Aleph to Taf, these are all the elements that we need as individuals and as a Jewish community to thrive. From one generation to the next, our dedication to learning and teaching, our dedication to observing the mitzvot, sacred obligations of our people, and our profound relationship with God have propelled us through time. These touchstones continue to sustain us as we face the many challenges of anti-Semitism in the modern day, whether it's hatred that's shared online or physical attacks at Jewish institutions, such as the horrendous incident at Temple Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan last week, where miraculously there were no injuries to any of the many adults and little kids inside the synagogue. They maintained situational awareness, and it truly was a miracle. Now, this heightened tension is all unfolding and exacerbated by the cover of war, where life in Israel also remains deeply unsettled. And the daily lives of so many of our brothers and sisters there are far from normal. We can only hope and pray that Operation Roaring Lion, led by the Israeli and U.S. military, will one day create a situation where our Jewish homeland and all the surrounding nations can once again find a sense of normalcy. To this, we should say, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be so. Every year at the Pesach Seder, we say, even if all of us are wise, if all of us were elders, if all of us were knowledgeable in the Torah, we must recount and retell the Exodus. And the more we do this, the more praiseworthy it is. Now, some might ask, well, if we already know the story of the Exodus, why repeat it over and over and over again? The answer is that the Exodus is more than just history. The Exodus is the source of our belief in God. Retelling this story isn't just a matter of increasing knowledge. Retelling this story strengthens our faith, and we could all use a bit more of faith right about now. Vehi sha'amda. This is the promise that God made with each of us. In this season of freedom, may our lives be elevated with learning. May we find meaning in the mitzvot, the obligations of our people, whether ethical or ritual. And may we remember this promise, that God is always with us, whether we are challenged or whether we are experiencing joy. Best wishes for a Zisen, sweet Pesach, and Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue with the words of Aleinu. As always, I'll ask any gentleman, anyone else who'd like to come up to the bima, help us open the ark. You'll find the words to Aleinu, adoration, on page 282. You have a few more seconds before you need to stand up. Take it easy. And away we go.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחת האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. נאמר אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Feel free to be seated. Many thanks to our fine gentlemen, Mr. Man and Mr. Man. You'll find the words to the Mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom, words of praise, on 294. In the period of Shloshim, we think of families mourning the loss of their loved ones due to the war in Iran and the bombs falling in Israel. We also think of the following families in the period of Shloshim, remembering Linda Krebs, mother of Michelle Melrose, Lee Grubman, brother of Ava Pierce, and Janice Sable, friend of Lynn Rosenthal and Jeannie Feld. We mark the yahrzeit anniversary of passing of loved ones on this Shabbat. We fondly remember Benjamin Albin, Esther Albin, Jenny Schasberg-Basuk, Jacob Becker, Leonard Volnick, Molly Brevoort, Morris Broder, Jay Byron, Bobby Chambers, Emmanuel Cohn, Charles Cohn, Josie Cohn, Helen Epstein, Dale Ferguson, Pauline Fish, Israel Nathan Goldsmith, Hazel Golub, Lillian Gorlick, Melissa Beth Gorlick, Marshall Greenman, Adele Katz, Joseph Katz, Reuben Miller, Morris Uziel, Leonard Rothschild, Thelma Rubin, Ray Schwartz, Beverly Slavny, Len Sternbane, Delcy Supo, Harvey Sussman, Louis Unger, and Diane Vidger. Are there any other names to add for the art site at this time? Yes. Thank you. We say, Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of all of these good people continue to be a blessing in their loved ones' lives as we rise to offer the words of Kaddish praise together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach yirutevi amlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedeko beit Yisrael, v'agalav bizman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lomei al-maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'riku la'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran v'yoma v'imru
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav kuya aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace in the heavens cause peace to descend on us, Israel, and throughout the world, as we say, amen.
V'imru, 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 amen. V'imru, v'imru, v'imru,
Feel free to be seated. We're going to do the blessing over the fruit of the vine. There'll be 4 of those in the upcoming Seders. You'll find the text on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei bria gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratav banu b'shabbat kodsho b'yava u'ratzon hilanu zikaron le'maseh b'reishit kilu yom zehilah le'mivrei kodesh zeher l'tziat mitzrayim kibanu b'charta yotanu kidasha b'kohanim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ava u'ratzon inatanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Amen.
Chaim, to life. Okay, any teens, young adults want to come up? We've got a lot of pieces of challah here. We have 10. There are 10. There are 10. There are 10 commandments to consider. Look at this. Now we're cooking with gas. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Tevon, drum. Kol hakavod, well done. I'll be sharing the announcements. Busy time of year for synagogues. Many thanks to Allison and Joy for helping me lead a wonderful service, along with our greeters, Steve and Lillian, our tech team, Melissa and Lynn. Brotherhood's book club and breakfast is Sunday, March 29th, 10:30 a.m., discussing Linda Chavez's book, Silver Candlesticks, novel of the Spanish Inquisition. My Nosh and Knowledge class on Jewish mysticism, specifically on the Zohar, Book of Enlightenment, is this Monday, March 30th at 3 p.m. Kids Shabbat with myself and Tammy Wolf is Friday, April 10th. Our 2nd and 3rd grade Shabbat is Friday, April 17th at 7 p.m. Our Shabbat morning minyan, led by Ron Gilbert, Saturday, April 18th at 9 a.m. with breakfast sponsored by Brotherhood, and I'll be leading a short Torah study following that. Early registration for religious school will feature a made-from-scratch breakfast fundraiser supporting our youth group who will be serving us in the social hall Sunday, April 19th, 9:30 a.m. Celebrate Israel's 78th Independence Day with the entire Jewish community, Wednesday, April 22nd at 5:30 p.m., featuring Musician Joe Buchanan. He wears a cowboy hat. RSVP for Sisterhood's 2026 Mahjong fundraiser, taking place Thursday, April 23rd. Gulf Coast JFCS Spring Food Drive is now underway through April. Bring in any non-perishable items to the bin in the lobby. Following services, join us in the social hall for our Oneg Shabbat. And our closing song, written by a rabbi named Menachem Creditor, I hope all of his bank statements are in order, is Olam Chesed Yibaneh, which means I will build this world from love. You'll find the words on the screen. Or you won't. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, Lalai, Yalalai, Lalai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, Lalai, Yalalai, Lalai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, Lalai, Yalalai, Lalai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yalalai, Yalalai, Yalalai. I will build this world from love. Yalalai, Lalai, Yalalai, Lalai. You must build this world from love. Yalalai, 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 Yalalai. And if we build this world from love, Yalalai, 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 then God will build this world from love. Yalalai, 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 Yalalai. Shabbat shalom, one and all. So glad to have you with us.